Hey, what's up everyone? Thunderbob here, and I am checking out some more Diablo 2 Resurrected. I'm going to try to do a full playthrough with multiplayer. I just joined a random game that had just started out. It's full, so that's what I was kind of looking for, was a complete game. I'm just looking through some of the options here that I didn't look at closely before. A lot more options than before. So you can change the auto map. Someone was asking me about that, to be left, right, or full. You can change the opacity. Yeah, a lot more options here. That's a little better. I won't take up the whole screen. And I missed the first quest, but not the end of the world. I can go back and do that. Curious how I'm going to be able to kill in player 8, though. Should level up quicker, though.
Die. Time to die.
Yeah, look at that, already level. Or, about to level. I'm gonna go for like a Zealot build, I think.
Die.
Let's get some might to be able to help the team do something.
Time to die.
Oh, almost level 3 already. Forgot how much quicker you level with player 8 enabled. I was hoping to have a friend online to do a full run-through, but unfortunately he moved out to the boondocks, and his internet sucks, and he thought he had enabled it to start downloading, and he got home and realized he hadn't, and it's not done downloading yet. What's funny is we both moved. We used to be like practically neighbors, and we moved at the same time, and where I moved I have gigabit internet, and where he lives he might as well have dial-up. Make fun of him a lot for it. Man, how many fulminating potions are gonna drop? Alright. Go ahead and put in some of that. Do some self-damage. I'm into self-harm. Not really, but... give me all those potions. It's a charm. And I can't use it for like 10 levels. Sacrifice actually is not bad to level up early because it's a really good synergy for Zeal. It actually increases the damage more than just putting straight points in Zeal. So like it's not a bad starter. Stolen. I'm greedy. Let's check performance. Even with like a full group, still getting over 100 frames. It feels like it runs a little bit better than the alpha, though. I think they may have dialed down some of the effects. Like the fire in particular looks a little bit scaled back at times. Though I haven't done a side-by-side. I need Smite eventually. But, yeah, the biggest thing, and I've complained about it in a couple of videos, is the black bars on the side in Ultrawide, which is super annoying and disappointing. And it doesn't help that Blizzard has completely, like, not addressed it. Like, explaining the reasoning, if it was intentional, what the thought process was.
This holy place has
Nothing.
been desecrated.
It's like they put the beta out on a Friday night and then went home and like... I mean, there's other problems too. The console version, I understand, is kind of a shit show with 30 frames per second even on like a Series X and a PlayStation 5, which seems kind of low. But other than the bars at the side, like, this is running fine. Like, I'm way over spec, but it runs well and looks well. The only thing, you know, if they could change anything, would be the ultra-wide, which I hope this is just them testing out and getting feedback, because I'm definitely not on board with it. I know for PvP a lot of people want this, and I kind of get that. But, belt. I played a lot of the alpha, and I really loved the way the ultra-wide worked and looked.
Sisters, there was no other way.
And, yeah, I don't love the solution they've got here.
I am a
Let's look at our charms. Yeah, it's not bad a starter. Double sockets. If I don't find anything better, that'll work for, stealth later. And I got a belt, like, doing better on this guy than my sorceress. Like, when the beta first started, I was having some trouble getting a good multiplayer game going, so I just did a single player run through of all Act 1 in about an hour. And then I had to log off for a little bit. Family came home. I was home today because, got off early because I had some people coming to measure for granite that we're looking at installing in the not too distant future.
welcome. I can.
Granite is expensive if you didn't know it. Let's see, does anyone have a good TP? So just run from there. But it'll look nice when it's all done. And my wife has expensive tastes. I'm like such a thief. It helps that you have like a really high-end system and you're on gigabit internet, so like things drop, and I think more so than ultra-wide, I think having a really high-end system and really good internet are beneficial in PvE. Like, as much as people want to say ultra-wide gives you a huge advantage, getting 144 frames per second and 110 ping. I don't know if this is east or west. I'm thinking it's east, but that ping's a little high. Still not used to the map in the top corner. It looks better when you're trying to stream video, but I'm not used to not having it overlaid directly on top of you. Just want to get to Zeal. It's 12. That's forever. He's pushing self for a decent amount for taking up one spot. We gotta catch up, get some experience. Alright, let's see with a ton of guys on the screen. I got stun for everyone. Man, it's like we're fighting ball and people are picking up unique items or something. Don't really have anything to put points into at this stage because I'm not going to be maxing might. I'm not going to be maxing. I guess I could put some points into sacrifice just for the extra zeal damage in a few levels. But zeal is also like eating up all my health. I probably should have put some strength because I'm gonna need to equip some items here. I wish they had some kind of optional voice chat. So I could imagine the quality of conversation in an open voice chat. Quartz Lake. Must be from a different game because we haven't been to Tristram in this game yet. Go ahead and close the performance graph because obviously it's running quite well. And it just kind of blocks the screen. I'm whipping a whole lot. Use some attack rating. I could become a healer at level 6. Do some Holy Bolt action. Ooh, Holy Fire. Do I need Holy Fire? I mean, my goal here would be Fanaticism, but I don't think I'm gonna get 30 probably. So I'd probably settle for Concentration. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go that route. Might probably help in the team more anyway. Oh, it's this way.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Follow me. Come on, come on.
Oh, that's gonna get annoying. There's no
Follow me. Come on.
timeout on the emotes.
This is yours. This is for you. Thank you.
Help me.
I've seen like on my YouTube channel and on the forums like dozens of people saying they're canceling over the ultra-wide issues, and like I don't know if I'm gonna go that far because I'm still like I still want to play the game, but like I'm just not happy with kind of the change here. I wonder if maybe single player they won't do that, or maybe maybe it'll be limited to multiplayer games or something. Like I almost would consider exclusively playing single player and like and they already said ladder rune words drop in single player, so not a whole lot of reason. And the ladder's not even going to be there right at release. Like I was excited about trying like a ladder run. Like I've actually got a couple of days off, which doesn't happen too often. And yeah, that's not happening now. It's not a ladder run. My buddy just texted me who's downloading the game. He just sent me only 4 gigs left. I don't think he's gonna make it. A tree of
The sacred tree has
confuse.
an aura of magic about it.
Let's go to Tristram. Akara.
Ah, the Order welcomes you.
I don't think I have the stony.
Well,
Cool. People are still nice. Yeah, so depending on how things go, I may end up playing single player. I bet if they do have the black bars in all modes, I'm almost sure there's going to be a mod to take it out, at least in single player. Like, I wouldn't risk a mod in multiplayer. But if someone put out a mod to take those out in single player, I would maybe play single player. I don't know. It's a trade-off. I don't know. I enjoy playing with others, and I enjoy multiplayer, or maybe even open BattleNet, if that's an option. They took out TCP/IP, but I'm not completely sure on the non-BattleNet multiplayer, like the open BattleNet. I'm assuming that's a thing, but I am not. I say I'm not 100% on that. Like, just a couple weeks ago, I was so excited, and now I'm kind of... I have to actually look at it first. Can't remember. Never actually do it in the right order. I just click until it happens. 'Cause I'm lazy. Can't... Okay. People are in the way.
what a tragic end to Tristram.
Does it do less damage to you as you bump up sacrifice? I can't remember. No, I think that's constant, right? I guess I'll put... It'll pump my zeal if nothing else. And I get more attack rating at least. Because I am not at a great attack rating right now. Could use a better weapon. I love Tristram. It looks so sweet. So we've got Tropical Storm Fred coming in. I'm hoping that doesn't impact my weekend. I'm in Southwest Florida. A little ways in from the coast, but not too far. We got a lot of rain during Elsa where I'm at. A lot of rain. Oh, did you see, like, the portal reflecting in the water? That's pretty cool. I never noticed that before. Yeah, like, a couple weeks ago, they put out that video where they're like, we made some changes from the alpha, look at all the spells that look better now, and it was like, man, they're listening. And then the ultra-wide thing kind of, like, it'd be nice if they had addressed it ahead of time and said, like, hey, you know, oh yeah, FPS, that's weird. When I open up, I don't know that the alpha was like that, but when I open up the Akara, when her window, I dropped to 30 frames per second, and like, I can feel the mouse is laggy, and even like my refresh rate is, yeah, that's funky. That's weird. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, see there I had like 60 frames per second. Oh, that... If I bring up the inventory, look at my FPS. By the character select screen. It looks like it's specifically the inventory. I know the original Diablo 2 ran at 30 FPS. I wonder if there's some kind of like into it where the inventory has to run at that. But he can definitely, like, even just moving stuff around, I can feel the difference. That's interesting. Maybe it was like that in the alpha and I just didn't notice. I feel like I would have noticed though. I can't hit anything because of my attack rating. I hate that message on the bottom. So-and-so has joined the trade, so-and-so has left the trade. Quite annoying.
Follow me.
Die.
Kind of tell them that it looks like they found it. There's the hole. Am I like leading the pack here? I'm like the lowest level guy in the game. Yeah, it's not that low now.
Retreat.
I think Paladin's a pretty decent starting character though. If I could just get a better weapon. Yeah, you do go so much quicker with a full group. Like if you can get a good team together, you can blow through normal. Nightmare's not so hard because then you've probably got like a decent build worked out. Like I'm probably gonna go Sorceress. And by 30, you're starting to invest in Frozen Orb, which just burns through Nightmare. Is this already the, it's about Highlands is right here. That's a good layout. I don't know if we should do the Countess. And get the waypoint, probably. I'm like barely hitting these guys. Need to get some WD-40 for my chair. It's a little squeaky.
I am overburdened.
Well, that's not that much more damage, but it's a little bit. Everybody's running away. I'm the nice player. If someone asks for TP or something, I usually the one to do it. I probably should have gone and done the Countess, but oh well. I have left the chat, world chat. That's weird. I do miss these big multiplayer games. For a long time I played single player, and it's just cool seeing everyone working together. Actually surprisingly good. So I guess the people playing this beta are people who pre-ordered it and probably have some investment in the original game, and not just randos who've never played Diablo. I mean, there's probably some, but my guess would be it's a lot of people who like Diablo 2. Always get the shaman. I've talked about it in the past on the channel, but I lost my parents at the beginning of the year, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's been a sucky year. We've been going through probate and dealing with the house and everything, and finally we sold the house, and probate's almost over. I'm the executor as I'm an only child, so like a lot of that fell onto my shoulders. But one like really cool thing is I thought I was going to have to destroy my dad's boat. It was trapped in their backyard. It was like behind a fence. It was like rotting, just in really bad shape. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do anything with it. But I found someone who actually wanted to buy it and restore it. And it was like a whole... Oh, I'm gonna die.
Good evening.
I can't type anymore. That's weird. So this is the world chat that I'm in. Okay, so finish though. So I found someone who wanted this boat, and it was a huge ordeal. They had to... It was on a 40-year-old trailer. It was a compact yacht from 1978, a compact 16. Just a kind of cool boat. If I had somewhere to store it and know how, I would have probably taken it upon myself and tried to restore it, but I really don't have that skill set. My dad was much more of a woodworking, like, boat kind of person than I am. I'm more of a tech kind of geek. But I found this guy. It was weird because he reminded me so much of my dad. Like, when he... So he drove all the way here from Sarasota, which is a couple hours away. And we thought we'd just have to replace the tires on this trailer, and we took down a section of the chain link fence, we replaced the tires, we were getting it hitched up, and that's when I noticed, like, one of the tires was askew. And I was like, what the hell? And looking closer, the axle was, like, snapping. And we realized, okay, so tires alone are not going to be enough, clearly. So, he went home and then came back the next day, and in the backyard we worked together to replace the axle on the boat, which is, you know, a whole nother thing. Probably spent 8 hours between a couple of days on this boat. And then I saw it leave, and it was kind of sad, but, you know, happy at the same time. And I wasn't sure if I'd hear from him again, but he sent me pictures this week of, like, the progress he's made. You know, he's replaced a lot of the wood that was rotting. Like, the fiberglass shell is in decent shape, but the wood was all almost gone. And he sent me some pictures, and the sail was up, and it was like, he said, you know, it's not quite seaworthy yet, but it's getting there. And it's like, just made me really happy. The idea that my dad's boat, this boat he had for decades and we used to go out on when I was younger, is going to be on the water again. So that's my update for what's going on. My crazy year, kind of a happy moment. Points. Still waiting for 12 though. It's not gonna do. Might be worth it for the extra attack rating. 40% damage versus actually hitting enemies. And then Zeal, of course, will be nice. If you're enjoying any of my Diablo content, check out the playlist that this is a part of. I've got a ton of stuff from the alpha and when you could play, and then even after the alpha ended, there were some ways that you could continue playing around and loading old saves. So we've got a bunch of content showing off, like, endgame builds that we shouldn't really be able to see. So if you want to see any of that, feel free to check it out. And if you do like it, want anything about subscribing, I would appreciate it. Lets me know that people are out there and watching. This is like pretty fast Act 1 run. I think my source earlier, it was almost an hour. Probably gonna have this done in 30 minutes. Though with a group it is usually easier, especially if people are pulling their weight. And we've got a couple of higher levels too. Have to get some more potions here in a minute. I'm not sure if that... I pulled up the NVIDIA overlay and it shows my 989 percentile. It's interesting.
Good evening.
I really don't need these small mana potions. Maybe when I get Zeal, but moments it's kind of useless.
I shall regret.
That's not good. I took someone's portal and then they... I don't know if the chat's working. I don't like the chat system, whatever's going on here. It feels kind of broken.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
I like the cold arrow one.
This is no place for a warrior to die.
It's a little weird that the text your guy says goes down there too. I wonder if there's a toggle for that somewhere. I won't be playing a lot tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening. We've got play date with my daughter and some friends. Well, one friend. I hope they get this chat situation worked out before release. Like, can't even understand what's going on. I can't join or leave channels, like, intentionally, but it just constantly is kicking you out of them. I could just smack him around. Ring. Not very useful, but I'll take it. Almost at 12. I feel like I need to increase the brightness a little bit. That's pretty high already. Some of these areas are just so dark. One nice thing about Smite is it always hits. So as long as you have mana, like you can keep swinging. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through Act 2 or not. don't know if anyone out there is interested in sci-fi movies, but I'm very excited for the Dune movie that's coming out. It's a book series I read growing up and really, really enjoyed, and the new movie looks amazing by Denis Villeneuve? Denis Villeneuve? I forget how to say his name, but he did the Blade Runner 2049, which was an exceptionally good sequel, follow-up to Blade Runner, and done a few other good movies, Prisoners, Arrival,
I need a key.
several very good sci-fi, like cerebral sci-fi movies, and Dune is already one of my favorite pieces of fiction. I've read literally every one of the originals and a bunch of the not as good books by his son after he died. Frank Herbert passed away. Even the old movies, I love the terrible 1984, the made-for-TV movies, other than the special effects and the really cheesy costumes. Actually, I felt it got the essence of the books quite well. So, check it out. There's a couple trailers out now. It looks pretty good. Pretty damn good. It's actually one thing that I definitely somewhat sad about. My dad actually introduced me to the movies when I was young before I ever read the books, and I was looking forward to seeing it with him, and then it got delayed last year, and then he passed away in January, and yeah, I don't know how I'm going to react when I actually watch it. I'm excited, but like, I'm going to be thinking about not being able to talk to him about it when it's over. Kinda sucks. It really sucks. That's probably like the biggest thing I miss is he was really into a lot of the same things I was, sci-fi movies and concepts and books, and like just have long conversations about all kinds of stuff. And yeah. I mean, everyone's got parents, but if you think about it, give them a call. Just say hi. Just have a conversation. Like, the last year with COVID and everything, I had purposely avoided them to a large extent. Because my mom wasn't very healthy. She had some illness going on, and yeah, so I didn't get to see him much. I didn't call him as much as I should have, and now I don't have that chance, and it definitely sucks. So, sorry to bring the mood down, but...
Hi there. Greetings.
That's a little better. I haven't found any gloves. A little odd. It's not really worth buying anything else. So close to 12.
Good day.
Sorry, getting a check-in from my friend. I don't think he's gonna make it tonight. We've done a lot of co-op together. We got pretty far into Outriders. What did we beat? We played lately. We play a lot of not Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six Siege. It's a great multiplayer game. Yay! Zealot up. Blessed aim. And I'm getting a hit here. Oh yeah. Does less damage, but I don't take damage every time I hit. Might actually have to start using my mana though. I didn't know if I needed to dump all those in there. Just need a little bit of mana leech to cover Zeal. Oh, they're all the way in the catacombs. And I can't chat. It's annoying. No, it's right here anyways. No, there's jail 3. I was leading the team before and now I fell behind. Let's see, which way did people go? And the lineage on these games is so wild, like Diablo 1 and 2 being made by ostensibly like a tiny little company. What was it? Condor, which got absorbed into Blizzard and became Blizzard North. And then Blizzard North creates Diablo 2. It goes, you know, pretty crazy, but then Blizzard ends up kind of closing them down for whatever reason. I think they were focusing on like Warcraft and maybe didn't care what happened with Diablo. Didn't like maybe the direction I was going in or something. Blizzard North leaves, a bunch of their developers move on to other things. From there you get Torchlight, Hellgate London, and a bunch of other games like from those ex-developers. You get Diablo 3 from a different team, which a lot of people don't like. I'm indifferent about it. I like things about it. There are problems with it, clearly, but the actual gameplay is pretty good. The systems around it, not so much. The itemization, the skill system, all that's kind of not amazing. I do like the actual gameplay. I feel like the gameplay is pretty competent. Like it feels good. I also think their end game is pretty cool, where they got kind of like the rifts and the randomized dungeons. So like you never really know what you're gonna face, and there's a ton of random bosses and stuff. I feel like if this is successful, I wouldn't mind them trying to do some kind of mapping or portal system kind of like that. That would be fun. I don't know if they'll go that deep. Like, I feel like they may add in something, but I don't know if they'll add in like that robust of a system. think the biggest problem with Diablo 3 was the real money auction house, which I actually made enough money off the real money auction house to buy the Diablo 2 expansion, to buy all of the remaining StarCraft expansions. I think I still have like $5 on my account from the real money auction house. But there were some pretty bad repercussions for that. Like, they made almost all of the gear like very hard to get good gear. They made hell difficulty at release just insanely difficult. Like, even with the best gear in the game, Act 1 of the hardest difficulty was very, very difficult. Like, it was kind of artificially difficult too. It was, all the enemies would literally one-shot you. Like, I think the only build that really worked was that wizard build, where you couldn't lose more than a certain percentage of your life from any one attack. What it meant was, like, the wizard could survive 2 or 3 hits, and it made them playable in this difficulty, which in my mind is kind of just an artificial difficulty. And they made loot so hard to get that you really had to, like, rely on this auction house. And then people really hated it, and they ended up removing it with the expansion. And they almost went too hard the other way, where they made loot perhaps too easy to obtain. Like, me and the same buddy who I was going to play with, we started fresh characters when they added the Necromancer into the game. And we had fully decked out, like, end game, doing, like, level 80 rifts in a week or less, not even, like, in maybe, like, 3 play sessions, which, I mean, it's fun, but at that speed, we were done with the game in days. Whereas, like, Diablo maybe goes a little too far the other way. Like, I'm an adult with a wife and a daughter, and I honestly, I can't play all the time. I play, you know, I intend to play a couple of hours a night, probably 4 or 5 nights a week, if I can manage it. So it's probably going to take me a while to get legitimately, like, end game gear. I think Diablo 2, I wouldn't object to them increasing drop rates. You know, like, almost like player... Project Diablo 2, it increases the drop rates to around player 5, I think, in their default mode, which I think is, like, a decent level. I wouldn't mind something like that in Diablo 2, just because I don't have as much time as I used to. Like, I played this when it came out when I was in high school. The biggest thing is, like, the really, really high-end items. Like, the rune drops are astronomically low. Like, a Zod, I think I read, it was like, if 5 million people are playing, it would still only drop, like, so many per year for all of that player base, which is just an insanely low number. But you also have a great sense of accomplishment when you get those items, so it's... I wouldn't want them to make them, like, common drops, but I think they could probably almost double the drop rate, and it would still be not that crazy. I have, like, no town portals and no potions on me, and I can't communicate with anyone. I am not doing so great. There's a portal.
Greetings.
A little more damage, less attack rating. I don't know why I'm identifying him because we've saved Cain. That's one thing they still haven't changed. In Classic, you could... Let's see if I go back to the old art style. Oh, I crashed the game. Okay, so I crashed when I tried to change the art style. That was weird. Yeah. Interesting. Enable this to widen spacing for item drops, which can assist with controller play. I don't know what that does. I'm gonna create a game. I'm gonna try to switch art styles too. I don't know. It's working. I must have been bugged somehow because now I'm opening up my inventory and it's not locking me at 30. Very peculiar, to say the least.
There is great evil here.
There's great evil here. See if anyone joins me. I wish you could use the player 8 command on BattleNet. Well, better average damage, but lower high end. Yeah, that was quick. It's fun seeing things not die in 30 hits, though. I definitely need a better weapon still, though. I really hope they can work out these couple of issues before release. Like, the alpha felt pretty smooth, but multiplayer, I think, still has a few bugs to iron out. And then also, I've crashed more in the beta than I ever did during the alpha. Not a good sign. I think I had 2 or 3 crashes. No, one of those was a power outage. That's not the game's fault. Oh, extra fast. Now you get more hits per zeal. That helps. Antidote potions are good for Andariel. I definitely need some lifesteal. Getting slowed. Now let's just go around these guys. I don't have the attack rating or the health pool to fight him. Oop, I clicked on that door, I swear. It's not letting me open that door. I'm gonna go this way. Feeling like less excited now than I was having just played the beta. Like, it feels slightly less polished, and then this ultra-wide thing really has me kind of irked. I'm gonna have to sleep on it, but I'm still gonna buy the game, there's no doubt about it. I'm just kind of... the fact that they still haven't, like, addressed anything. Like, don't put your beta out on a Friday and then go home. The other thing I feel like Blizzard does really poorly is communicate to their community leads. Like, there was a post recently from, I forget how to say her name, like Neveralis. Basically, like, when Diablo Immortal was announced and everyone had, like, hatred for Blizzard, she's like, yeah, we told them kind of the reception it was going to get, and they let us out to dry, basically. Like we wanted to give kind of hints that Diablo 4 was coming, and they wanted to not, and, like, she wanted to do a bunch of other stuff. And it seems like the developers don't always communicate great through their community leads, which is, I don't know, it's probably pretty normal in this industry. I almost feel like the community leads need more direct access to developers and, like, information on what is happening with the game. Didn't I just pick up a... oh, there it is. Nice.
I'll put that to good use.
If only you could put stealth in there. I didn't even do the Countess for my runes. I usually do a couple of Countess runs to get the runes for stealth before I proceed. Where have I not gone? Over there. I don't know if I'm going to do Act 2 or not tonight. I'm going to probably see if I can get a multiplayer game going for it, and if not, I might be done for the evening. It's getting a little late here. It's right down here. Probably get some more potions.
Hello.
Stay a while and listen.
Not a great item for this character, but not a bad caster item. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a couple of things stored. I started that source earlier. Alright, let's see how this goes. See if we can pull them out of there, because that curse is gonna rip me apart. I'm just like chugging potions here. How did I kill that guy over there? Did my mercenary get it? That antidote potion is a big help against her. Poison. I immediately get poisoned again. Not cool ender real. Shoot.
Good day.
I do have enough gold. It's in my shared stash. Jerk.
Yes?
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I could just, why is he not hitting anything? Need those big potions. Alright, she's dead.
My work here is finished.
Oh, I was supposed to take her portal to do the Andy bug. Oh well. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of Andy runs, probably. Eerie music.
Greetings.
Okay. I'm done with Act 1. I may try to get an Act 2 game going. If not, I'm going to end it here and maybe post something later. But so far, I'm I still love the game, but there's just like a couple of little things that kind of disappointed in, and definitely hope they address them. So if I don't see you, this is me signing off.